Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be doing another sit down video for you, and this time it is a very difficult video to shoot because I will be discussing my worst luxury designer purchases ever. So if you can remember, I did my best luxury designer purchases. I did that a few months ago and you guys seem to like it. And I think I listed out 10 of my favorite things. They are the most classic things that I use every single day that I really love. This time, these are the things that I barely use or I don't use and have been sort of a waste of money. The reason why I'm making this video is because I want you to learn from my mistakes and hopefully the mistake ends with me. So yeah, let's get on to it. We have quite a few things to tackle, and of course there's like a story behind it, and I want to share with you everything that went wrong. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first item on my worst list is this one. This was part of my worst purchases, a video that I did 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and you guys seem to like that video. And it is of course this Saint Laurent wallet. As you can see, I have the box and the dust bag and everything. It came complete because I did buy it from the store. This is how it looks. I mean, from here, it looks really good. It is a beautiful wallet. I got it in the powder green texture, which is sort of like the caviar leather, or so I thought. The sides have started to wear, I guess. Look at how the wear is all around the wallet, all around the sides. This whole area has just peeled, and I know that what's coming up next is this entire area. The sides, as you can see, it looks like it's like a plastic coating only. It looks like a laminate. It's probably real leather, but it's a different kind of leather that I don't know what they use. But the ends all around it looks really ragged and destroyed, even though this was just in my bag. It was just sitting in my bag with my other stuff. I just used this for maybe a year and a half. And actually, I went to the Saint Laurent boutique where I bought this from, and I asked them if they could repair it. And they did keep this wallet for a few weeks because they asked their head office if this was repairable. And the feedback that I got from the head office is that this was completely my fault and they had nothing to do with this, and so they will not repair it. It's just really sad because I expected a little more customer service or something more that they can offer. I stopped using it because I didn't want the whole thing to just peel because it seemed like it was going that way. It's poor quality, I guess. This is really my worst purchase because I expected so much from the brand, and I even got this texture because I thought that it would last longer. But then, as I'm realizing now, I should have gotten the smooth leather because that was probably real leather. This is like a pebbled leather that's not real. It looks like a laminate or a patent sort of leather. Such a disappointment. And actually, I got a lot of feedback from my last video when I revealed this. And some of you said that this is not real. This is not really from the Saint Laurent store because it is, of course, very shocking. But I have the box. I have everything. I have the receipt even. It's sad that they wouldn't refund me. They wouldn't replace it with a newer wallet. They wouldn't give me store credit for this wallet, and they wouldn't repair it. They didn't have a solution for me other than to just make me go home, I guess. It's just really sad because I like the brand, but now it's preventing me from purchasing more from this brand. And yeah, sad. Okay, next one is a pair that I thought was probably indestructible, a pair that I would probably wear until I'm 80 years old. And yeah, the reason why this is on my worst list is because the finish of this looks really bad. I mean, from looking at my screen right now, it looks perfect. But if you come closer, you will see what has happened to the leather or to the paint of this leather. It's like the paint is peeling slowly. The dark spots are increasing in number and it has taken over the entire shoe. I am actually thinking of repainting them because the shoe itself is very comfortable and the leather is still very much intact, but it just looks very bad, like all around it. Like it looks like, I don't know, it looks like molds have taken over it. Is this something that happens to metallic accessories or metallic leather? Probably. I store them in my shoe rack along with my other shoes, but my other metallic shoes never turned into this. And it's really, like, I can't use it unless I have it painted or I paint it myself. I'll probably get paint similar to this color, maybe mix silver and gold. I've been watching a lot of DIY restoration videos in hopes that I get inspired and get to paint this pair. Okay, next up is a pair of shoes that I got on sale, and it was an impulse purchase. It is so not my style. I think I'm more of a classic girl, and this one is a little bit too edgy for me. I do love the color though. It is in a lilac color and it is in painted leather. However, if you notice, same thing has happened to this as what happened to my Ferragamo shoes. If you notice, there is like a tinge of pink. It's like the paint has faded, and all over it's like turning into this pink color, this neon pink color. All around it I have spots. The spots are getting bigger and I'm not sure what this is. The leather seems very much intact. There's no problem with the leather, but since this is patent leather, I don't know how to actually restore this. There is like a tinge of pink all over, and it's just random. It's just all over the shoe. There's some kind of discoloration that has been happening, and I also don't like it. It contributes to me not wearing it. The brand of this is Tibi, and I bought this off Net-a-Porter when they had a sale, and I snapped it up because it was something like 50% off, but I don't get to use it at all. It's a waste of money. So if you think of it, like whatever you save in a sale, you don't really save that money if you don't use the item. That money could have gone to a fund that was more useful, or to maybe another pair of shoes that I would use much more often. Sometimes it's good to back away from sales, especially when it comes to impulse purchases like this. Okay, next up is a belt that I bought in the Versace store in Germany. I was there to feature the Versace store for my show Trending with Kelly, and I made an impulse purchase. I'm not sure why. I think because I was so hyped up from talking about the newest collection of Versace that I snapped up this belt. I think this is too gold, although I was told that it is gold plated. I'm not really a fan of the Medusa logo. It kind of scares me, to be honest. And when I wear it, it sort of reminds me of a WWF belt, like those gold giant belts. Those belts. I think it is too yellow and it's a little bit gaudy. And yeah, I don't really wear belts. That's one thing. Like, this is probably like my first designer belt, and I don't really like the logo, so it's kind of sad. But it is a beautiful belt. Like, if you look at it, it is made of this really fine leather. It is so soft and plush, but I just never use it. Like, what do I do? Like, should I just try to like incorporate it into my wardrobe? I haven't used this at all, not even once, but I should. What do you guys think? And last but not the least, we have this Mansur Gavriel bag, which I have a love-hate relationship with. Actually, I do love this bag. It is very lightweight. You can store a lot of things inside, but whenever I use it, all my things get jumbled inside. Like, I do think I need an organizer for this, if there is an organizer for this. Everything is just a mess inside, and I hate that. I don't like having to like go through all my stuff and it's like all mixed up. Sometimes the lipstick cover comes off. I don't like that sort of mess when I carry around an everyday bag. And yeah, I think the enclosure of this is not very user-friendly. First of all, it's very rigid, so when you get something, you'll have to really like pull it apart. And then of course, when you're done with getting whatever you need to get, closing it up, is a pain because of course you don't want your bag to be wide open the whole time while you're walking in the mall or using it. So you have to really like knot it like this, and that can be a pain. It can be time consuming, and if your bag is a bit heavy, it can be hard to do. And I don't like this, like the ribbon isn't like perfect, and as you walk and use this bag, the ribbon comes undone like on its own. I guess from the motion of walking, it just comes undone, so you have to keep doing and redoing this ribbon. I just wish they would make like a drawstring version, or they would have like a strap stopper or leather stopper. That would make things so much easier and it would stay there. Although I like the fact that it being rigid keeps its shape. This part should be softer, I think. It should be able to stay tied if I want it to stay tied, but it just doesn't. There are good things about this bag, like it ages well, and I like the way, like even if there's scratches and everything, it looks good. It's one of those bags that still look good as it ages. But it's just this one. I was actually thinking of finding like a softer leather for this that stays. A leather that would stay tied as I use it, but this just comes undone, which is so annoying, and you can't do a double knot. So yeah, this is on my worst list for that reason. Okay, so I did have 2 more bags in mind to add to this list. However, I did sell them already, and that is the Stella McCartney Falabella bag. It was like a double flap bag that I liked in the beginning, but the chain all over the bag was just too heavy. It was just so hard to use the bag. It was so hard to open and close it, and the chain itself was really heavy. Like the bag itself was heavy, so it would leave like a mark on my shoulder. And the other one is of course the Chloe Marcie bag in the color blue, which was also a sale purchase, and that was in my first best and worst luxury purchases video that you guys really loved. And the reason why I didn't like that bag is because it reminded me of a toilet. Like opening and closing the flap reminded me of a toilet seat cover. I read that from a comment before and it just stuck. I hated it that I had to read that comment because every time I would use the bag, it felt like I was using like a toilet cover seat as a bag. The leather was really good. It was very robust. It really held up very well. But for that reason, for the design and that unnecessary flap actually, yeah, because when you open the flap, there's like a tiny pocket where you can put your things in, but there's really no reason for the flap to be there. It just was a strange design for me. Although it did have like that boho 70s vibe that is very in right now. Maybe not for me. Maybe I will just try to find another hobo, boho design that would suit my style. So yeah, a lesson to be learned here. Don't just buy things on sale. Don't just buy things because they're cheap. They are discounted and they are cheap for a reason. And most of the time, these items were returned by other people because they didn't like them. Of course, there are treasures to be found, especially in the pre-love market. I have found a lot of beautiful items that were discarded or that were outgrown by other people, and I don't regret buying those. It's just a matter of finding out your personal style, being true to yourself. Like you should know what works for you and your body type. Just listen to your own gut and you will find that you will make less bad purchases because you're being true to yourself, you're being true to your personal style. One rule for me is if I would pay full retail for it to get that item, then that means that is a good item. That is a good purchase because you are getting it for a steal and you're willing to pay double or triple the price. That is the true test, I think. If you're willing to pay full price or double the price, then that means what you found is gold, especially when it's on sale. And definitely we shouldn't compromise so much on the color, the style of the item. So make sure that you don't compromise so much just based on the price. Since you know what you want, try to stick to it. And yeah, it's hard to keep compromising because we'll end up with odd items that don't really belong in our closet. And yeah, that is it for me. I hope you like this one and I hope you learned something from me. I tried to really look into my closet and find the things that I don't really love or don't really use or I felt was really a bad purchase. And these are the ones that made it on my list. And so yeah, that is it. I hope you like this one, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please like it and don't forget to subscribe if you like videos just like this. And please leave a comment down below what you think about this video and if you have any questions about these purchases. And also if you have any suggestions on what you think I should do about these items. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.